What's going on, YouTube? Feed the Beasters, Twitchers, and everybody in between. JD's back for the next episode of JD Plays Feed the Beast Infinity Expert Mode. Man, it's a mouthful. Final run. Alright, so last time we got a bunch of stuff done, and I've done a bit more stuff since then. I've kind of thrown up some additional doors. I got some additional pressure plates that I showed you guys how to make last time made. Last time we went ahead and we got the Twilight Forest portal open. We'll jump in there right quick. This hill that I mined into was, I'm pretty sure this was a small hollow hill. I'm not, 100% positive about that, but I'm pretty sure, maybe, possibly. There's a slime above me. Scary. I did build a little enclosure around the entrance portal, and I gathered some stuff up. And we're going to start off tonight with how to get started on Twilight Forest, and I've got some other things I want to do. I want to look at clock. I'd like to look at some Botania stuff, but before we do any of that, we're going to go right into this, and we're going to make a map for Twilight Forest. Because Twilight Forest is a lot of fun. It's progression based. It's a really good place to get started as soon as you can. So to make a map for Twilight Forest, you need a few things. You're going to need some glowstone dust. You're going to need a raven's feather. You're going to need some torchberry seeds, and you're going to need some paper. First thing you need to do is you need to take this raven's feather, glowstone dust, and the torchberries and make a magic map focus. And we'll make a couple of those right quick. We'll put the rest back in here for when we get ready to make additional maps later. Now take that magic map focus and surround it with paper, and we're going to get a blank magic map. Now it stays blank until we right click it, and wherever we right click it is where it's going to kind of center itself, and I want it to happen right here by the portal. So I'm going to go ahead and right click it now, and it's going to start mapping the area around me in Twilight Forest. Now obviously we have our J map right here, and you can see all the deaths, and yeah, I had a lot of deaths in here earlier. I fell down inside the hollow hill, and it was not fun getting out. So actually this is a medium. And how do we know it's a medium? Well, the little icons on here are kind of the key to what's going on around us. This is a small hollow hill. This is a medium. This is what I'm looking for. This is a large. So for all the resources that I got out of this medium, and it was a good amount of resources, it is nothing compared to a large. But the good news is I have a medium here, I have a medium here, I have a couple of smalls around me, and they're all right beside my portal. So that's an excellent start to Twilight Forest. Now, that being said, you can go ahead and add waypoints in here to help you find your way around just like you normally would. But look at all these deaths, dude. I died a bunch. And there's still loot down there on some of my bodies that I could go get. But I'm not gonna. I'm gonna delete all of this stuff. Alright. So, we know that there's a hollow hill here, and we know there's another one off in the distance to our north. So, that's actually going to be this direction. But what I will show you... Oh, I forgot about that slime. Is I ended up connecting my roof entrance to this lower entrance right here. So in here, there's still tons to mine out. Like, there's tons of iron ore, there's tons of gold right there, there's redstone everywhere, there's still, all kinds of resources in here to go after. And I haven't really looted any of the chests down on the ground floor either. But I've mined out a significant amount of stuff, and I got myself a pretty good start going. And we'll get to all that in a bit. I just kind of wanted to show you around. But we will make a quick trek. No, we won't. I was going to say we'll go take a look at what a large hill looks like, but we're not going to. We're going to head back to the overworld, as I call it. And I'm actually going to leave this map here. I have no reason to take this with me. Are there other things that I have a reason to take with me? That's a good question. I need my bucket. I'll take that. I did get some dark steel, and oh, yeah. So right over here there was a cursed tree. You can see it out there in the distance. So I did actually get a chest out from under it that gave me a couple of dimlets, some copper, some iron, and a music disc, and I think that's about it. But that's really all you've kind of missed out on. So right over there is going to be another hollow hill. That's going to be the small one that's straight in front of me. This is the medium, and the large should be... Actually, that might be large. South of me. I'm having problems with directions tonight, guys. I'm sorry. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're not hanging around here. We're bolting back to the overworld. Let's go. Everything I wanted? I don't need the weed. I'm going to take the glowstone with me. I can get more here easy. I'm going to take the slime balls too. I think that's about all I want for now. I like it. Let's go. All right. So back in the overworld. Now what we've done here, like I said, I added on, and I think I got some deaths here I need to wipe out as well. Let's look. I forget how we get to that screen. There's a hotkey that takes me to waypoints, but I don't remember what it is. Anyways. Added in some additional pressure plates, and I added in an additional door, so that's cool. I did the same thing down below to kind of actually finally start securing up the base. This now has pressure plates on the doors to get in, so that's kind of locked up a little bit more. That's good. I began adding some automation techniques to the smeltery. So we've got, you know, some hoppers here and some hoppers here, and how that works. If you look down here, I've got a bunch of melted gold right now, and I've got some molten iron. So if I go ahead and I hit this, I can let some of that molten gold go into the casting basin and form a block of gold like I did yesterday with the iron. The nice thing now is I don't have to actually take it out of there. There's a hopper placed under this, and because this is considered an inventory, it falls straight out of there and goes into this chest, as you will see now. So that's kind of the early steps, some, you know, very primitive automation. But we're about to actually automate this thing. Now, we're going to need some more lava. Obviously, we have no lava here. And what did I do with that tank? So I got some tanks right here. And we're going to go ahead and grab, we need our tools back. Let's grab this. And that, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that. Okay. And I'll talk about what some of this other stuff is here in a bit. That's all we're going to grab for right now. We're going to do a little repairing on some stuff here. I've got flint on me, and I should have flint right here. I should have flint somewhere. If I didn't lose it all. There's flint. Alrighty then. Flint. 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 Ah, double. Alright, so what else has happened? Let's see. We got this thing fully upgraded almost. We need 6 more pieces of lapis to have, you know, the max fortune. Actually, we're at fortune 3 now. We did it. Good job. So this pickaxe now actually gets me a lot of material when I mine with it, and that's really good. Let's go fill up these lava tanks right quick, because I really want to get to doing some stuff in here. And I do have some new crops planted, and these, I hear a slime. Where do I hear a slime? Is there slime right here? Apparently we're at a slime biome. That is awesome. That means that we can get slime balls in here. And that's a glorious thing. Slime balls make life easier for a lot of reasons. We'll get to why later. Alright, I will take all those lovely slime balls. So, we've had these carrots, we've had these potatoes. I moved the garlic. We still got the cotton, got some more garlic back there. Still got the wheat. But, if you look, I've got these berries now. I've got some blackberries, some grapes, some raspberries, and some candleberries. And if you'll notice, these are planted in crops. That's why it says crop sticks at the top. These are agricraft plants, and that means that they can be leveled up later. And what I'm really wanting these for is I'm wanting these candleberries, because we're going to make some some gloves later that are going to require hardened leather or something to that effect. Can't remember the exact name. And so we're going to need those candleberries for that. We're going to need quite a few, so we will get that done soon, hopefully. I'll probably have to end up making some fertilizer to get that knocked out, but it's no big deal. Alright, so this time, because we're not in quite as big of a hurry, I do want to go ahead and clean up some of these lava vents that we got going on right here, like this guy. There's a pain in my neck. And I can't quite reach that one, so I'm not going to worry about him too much. I don't know if there's any more back this way. It doesn't look like it. I'll try to pick up some of these other higher ones later. At least we got that one cleaned up for now. That's some cool looking water. What's up, Drago? The Minecraft goes, buddy. The Minecraft goes. I found a large hollow hill just not far from my entry point to Twilight Forest. I'm pretty stoked about that. Getting ready to do some Tinker's Construct automation. Doing it a little bit differently than I usually do. You know me, I like to try to change it up each time I do it again, so we're going to try something new this time. Not much newer, but, you know, different. Right now I'm just getting some more lava for that while recording the YouTube episode. So we're just cleaning up all these lava vents around the area to make it less dangerous. I should have brought some torches. That would would have probably been a good idea, you know, since I am cave diving at the moment. Oh wells. Let's go down here. We're going to clean up some of this lava. We're going to kind of try to be somewhat orderly about how we start cleaning up this lava as best as I can, at least. Alright, so this time we got a bucket, so I don't necessarily have to use all 12 of those anymore. I could, but I'm just as keen to use the bucket, you know? I missed a source block right there. Yeah, I did. Okay, and there's another source block. Okay. So what we're doing is we're slowly forcing this lava pool back away. That way I know, you know, we can eventually get down under where it used to be and see if there's any good ores under it. But sometimes you can find a lot of good ore under lava pools. Not always. It's not anything like super secret special things. Just, we gotta get lava anyways, we might as well try. How goes Terraria, Mr. Drago? Alright, so that's done, and then we're going to take one more bucket of lava with us. So we'll grab it from there. And let's break this. Do I have my wrench? I do. We will snatch that up, and we are ready to head back up top now. Is there anything else I need while I'm right here? Anything down here? Nothing that I'm super in need of, I don't guess. Some ruby. Let's head that way. Let's head back up. I want to get back up and get some of this other stuff done because I want to try to keep. I want to start trying to keep my episodes a little more manageable for you guys to watch instead of those big long 1 hour episodes. I haven't really gotten any complaints or anything about that. That's not the reasoning. It's just I think it's easier on you and me probably to do it that way. And there's a skeleton after me right now, so I'm probably about to have some fun. Yeah. What's up, buddy? You're dead. You chose to mess with the wrong gentleman, sir. Got some sticks. Okay. Let's grab some of this colito. About some torches. Torches tacos. Alright, let's clean this room up a little. In one of my older videos, somebody asked me how I can look at the light levels. That's what this does when I do this right here. If you're not familiar with this, the key you press to bring this up is F7, and this shows you the light levels where you're at as to whether or not mobs can spawn there. If the X you see on the floor is red, it means that mobs can spawn there right now, as long as your, the range requirements are met. If the X's happen to be yellow, it means that when the light level drops, for example, outside, when the sun sets, that it's going to be possible for mobs to spawn there. Keep in mind that mobs can only spawn within a certain range of the player. In most scenarios, there are exceptions to every rule. Alright, we're just going to work our way back out of here for now. No. He was trying to kill me, boys and girls. He thought I was a lizard. But I'm not a lizard. I think I just heard a creeper hit the ground somewhere. I don't see one on my radar, so keep my eyes peeled. And nose to the dried stone. Alright. I don't think there's really anything super important right here. There he is! Oh, bloody hell. Here we got a couple of bones right there, which are kind of cool. We can use those for some fertilizer. So boom boom, vert. Good stuff. Trees are coming along. My nice little baby tree farm there. So what we will do is we're going to harvest these candleberries again. And now we're just going to start trying to fert pump them if we can. Oh, is it really going to make me do that? Oh, they changed that. Bastards. And I don't have to put these in crops. I just put them in crops as a demonstration purposes. I could begin leveling these crops at this point if I wanted to, and getting higher yield crops. But I don't feel like messing with that at the moment. I just feel like getting some candleberries. How many did we end up with? We're up to 18. Alright, so what we want to use those for is we want to be able to make this not impregnated leather, but hardened leather right here. For hardened leather, we get one leather and one wax. Not beeswax, just regular wax. And for wax, we get one wax per 4. Well, what I'm wanting to make with that is some traveler's gloves. Those are these right here. And that's going to take me 6 hardened leather. So I need 24 candleberries to pull that off. Right now I'm sitting on 18. So we'll have to come back here in just a little bit and finish that up. I think I still have some fertilizer upstairs in one of my chests, so it's not that big a deal. We can easily knock that out. In fact, let's go ahead and do that while I'm up here. There should be, yeah, there's some fert right there. If I have to, I can make some more fert. It's no big deal. Now, last time I also made from Steve's factory the little, what do you call it? Factory. I just call it the factory block because I don't really have a better name for it. But it's basically a customizable station that can be used for a lot of different things. And I showed you last time that you could stick a crafting table in there and you could put an upgrade on it that increased its storage to give it internal storage. And I'm going to show you how I've modified that further and what use that is. Now, we've got enough of these. If you remember, to make this, we needed wax and we need a pot. Now, a pot comes from Pam's Harvest Craft, and it's very simple. It's just some iron ingots and a stick. Okay, and I think I have some iron ingots on me right there. And I should have some sticks somewhere, maybe. I bet one of these treated sticks would work, but I'm not going to mess with it. I might have to mess with it. I thought I had a stick. I have sticks? Somewhere I got to have a stick. I'm not sure what you're referring to, Sesh. Man, I guess I don't have a stick. Let's see if this works. Okay, it doesn't. So we're going to need a regular stick. Did I have some wood? Or did I use up all my wood too? It's very possible I used up all my wood earlier. I got wood right here. Here we go. We're good. Okay. Alright, so we're going to take that. We're going to make our stick. Boom. And the pot's going to come in super handy for some cooking and stuff later, so we need to make that anyway. So there's our pot from Pam's Harvest Craft. And we're going to combine that pot with these candleberries, and we're going to get the 6 waxes that we need. And from there, we need some leather. And I believe I've got some in this thing right here. There we go, leather. So we will lay leather and lay wax, and we will make hardened leather. Boom. And that's going to let us make some traveler's gloves right here. And the beautiful thing about traveler's gloves is that they are enchantable. As soon as I can find some redstone right there. So you take them, you put them in here, and you can add redstone to them. And they finally fixed this to where it actually can... Oh, these have 4 modifiers now. Very awesome. They finally got these upgraded. So forever and ever, those things you just put a redstone on them and it was done, and now they're actually usable, and I am stoked about that. That, my friends, is cool. So that gives me 72 usage speed modifier on it. I wonder if... Hey, Drago, do you know if they've added any other good old enchants that can go on these traveler's gloves besides haste? It's nice that they finally upgraded them, but I want to know what else can they do now. So that will take me to 99. I need 1 measly little redstone. So we'll pop one down there. And that will give me a 1.0 usage speed up. Now I could continue doing haste, and it may only be worth doing haste. I don't know, but for now that's what I'm going to do, is I'm just going to max haste on these things. because that's friggin' great. I like it. I'm stoked about it. Oops. So that takes me to 2.0. That takes me to 3.0. Four point oh. And my gloves now give me a 5.0 speed modifier. And I'm betting that I could go and add the additional enchant upgrades to these now, if I wanted to, and continue to increase that. So, what are the point of these gloves? Well, click, not there. I don't remember how to do it anymore. There. You stick them on right here. And so now I'm wearing those traveler's gloves on my hands. And they should be giving me a considerable... What did I just do? I don't know. They should be giving me a considerable speed up when I use things. So this was already a base mining speed of 10. Let's go see if we can see a difference here. Let's run downstairs right quick. Let's take them off to start. And we'll mine 3 deep and see how long it takes. So 1001, 1002, 1003. About 3 seconds. Okay? See if there's any difference with the glove on. 1001, 1002. Oh yeah. That's a lot faster. And that's with an unenchanted. That's just a base, flint pickaxe. This thing's already got a speed of 10 on it, plus my 5 now. It's fast. It's beautiful. I like it. I'm going to have a lot of fun with those gloves. I got a bunch of berry bushes going back here. These are ore berries. We got iron, gold, tin, and copper. Although the tin color is kind of weird. Don't ask me. So yeah, I'm really glad about that whole glove situation. Alright, so gloves are done. Let's put up the furnace, or the lava again in here. Okay, that's good. Alright, all that stuff's ready to go. That's good. I'm just going to set this there for now. And I'm going to set this there for now. Okay, so I want to fully automate this thing, to an extent, eventually. And how I'm going to do that is right now I need it to be able to automate just pouring. And for that, we're going to look at what we changed about this Steve's Workshop block. And what I've changed about it is I've added in, on the upgrades, I've changed 2 of these out to furnaces. Yes, you can use these as furnaces. And here's the thing. You should use these as furnaces. Here's why. If I were to take a single piece of charcoal and put it in here, of coal, how many charcoal could I produce using logs? Well, I could produce 8. 1 coal would produce 8 logs in there. Okay, and that's cool. The thing is that in this little Steve cart block, 1 piece of charcoal will produce twice as much. So a single piece of charcoal will put power into this, and there was already some power left over, by the way, and it will start putting charcoal in here. Not only that, I can run it from 2 sides at the same time and produce twice the charcoal in half the time for the same cost. That's pretty amazing. So this little block is super useful. And it's also useful for staging Let's Plays because to make the clock, I've already got the recipes set up. Your standard clock in Minecraft takes 4 gold and some redstone. That's done right here. Boom. If I take that and I add it with another golden ingot, 3 sticks, and some wooden slabs, we get an actual clock from Bibliocraft. Now these clocks are pretty cool because I can take this and hang it on the wall. And it actually tells me what time it is outside in the Minecraft world, which is pretty awesome. But not only that, with an empty hand, you can right-click it and open this interface. You can turn the ticks off, and I can come in here and I can say, okay, well, I want to turn all these things into redstone ticks. Or I can just click this. And then I can set this to redstone on. And now, it's going to run my smeltery for me by sending a redstone signal from the clock into the smeltery every single tick. So it works just like my old setups in which I would use something like, the repeater or the sequencer or whatever, only I don't have to do all that. I don't have to get all, the redstone stuff is kind of, I'll show you the recipe. It's not exactly fun to craft. So the repeater requires it's not hard, it's just kind of annoying because you get a bunch of leftover pieces. The sequencer is super nice. I love using the sequencers, but they're not exactly cheap because they take a resonant machine frame to make. This took some gold and some wood, no problem, and my smeltery is now automated. And it actually looks pretty cool. You know, it looks kind of clean. I like it. I'm pretty stoked about that. But it doesn't seem to work perfect all the time. I'm still, you know, learning how this thing works and still kind of toying with it. I don't know if I should be doing the solid signal or the pulse, so I'm still playing with this. But it works, and that's all I'm really concerned with, is the fact that it works. So, cool, I'm going to leave it on there. Eventually it will smelt down everything that I put inside of this box. It doesn't look like solid is the way to go. Well, I don't know if that time it worked. Maybe 2 is the way to go. And you've got lots of different settings. So every second, every 2 seconds, every 3 seconds, 4 seconds, clear. Although 4 doesn't look like 4, it looks like something very different. Yeah, this is every 4. Or is it every 5? I'm not sure. Anyways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, yeah, it's every 4. And this is every 5, something totally different. I'm going to go with every other for now. And we're going to see how that does. And it will make a sound. So if I turn this back, open this back up, tick sound, chime sound. So there's the chime. Kind of crazy. Turn the chime sound off. I don't like that. That one doesn't seem to be working. So I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna have to play with this a bit more. It's just something I found today, and I was like, hey, this is a different way to do it. I'm gonna give this a shot. So we're gonna leave that running for now, and we'll come back and check on it later. But I am getting gold. I am getting iron. My smeltery is getting drained, which means the stuff that I put in here that goes in here can now get melted down. That's bueno. It's less work for me to have to do. I'll check on it later to make sure it's working correctly. Alright, so let's see. That means our traveler's gloves are done. Our clock is done. I am ready to look into Botania. Now, I want to get Botania going very early this time around because I found Botania to be quite fun. I haven't gotten to go as deep as I want into it. And to get started in Botania, I want to go ahead and get our lexicon up. So, unless they've changed the name. There it is. Lexica Botania. All we need for this is a book, some golden nuggets, ingots, coins, ore berries, whatever, and 4 of the mystical flowers. Okay. Well, I know I've got some hide, and to make a book, all we need is some paper and some string and boards, or some paper and a hide. And I'm pretty sure I've got everything to make paper downstairs. So let's run downstairs and grab some paper. Probably should eat something or drink something. Satiate myself in some way. There we go. Let's head back up. Drop those in, not like that. That works. Pull that out. Beautiful. 1 of these and 3 of these. And there's a book. Okay. Put this in there, put this in there. And somewhere I should have a flower pouch. Where that flower pouch is right there. Alright, and I said I needed 4 mystical flowers. Let's use 3 pinks. And 1 purple. Well, that's not going to work. 1 purple, 3 pinks. Alright, so I'm just going to shift click this into place. Right there we go. And we're going to pull out our Lexica Botania. Beautiful. So what this book does is it tells you everything about Botania to an extent. There's lots of different things to look at. Here's the basic mechanics. Here's how we operate with mana manipulation, flora, functional flora, and so most things you're going to want to know, you're going to be able to find in here. Some of it I know, some of it I do not. Now, I know about the mystical flowers, I know about the petal apothecary and the pure daisy and a few others. So let's get started with what I do know. What I do know is that the first thing that we want to make is the petal apothecary. And that's going to require a cauldron, a mystical petal, some slabs, and some double compressed cobble. The cauldron is pretty simple. It's just going to require some iron plates. So basically, getting up to about where I'm at right now is kind of a requirement. You need to at least be able to produce iron plates to be able to start Botania, unless you are fortunate enough to find a cauldron out in the world. And there are some spots you can find cauldrons. But you'll need to be able to at least get your, what is it called, coke oven here to get the treated sticks to be able to make the forge hammer. You don't necessarily have to have the Tinker's Construct Smeltery or the Blast Furnace to start Botania, but you will at minimum need the coke oven. Now, that said, we need to smack down some iron. We're going to need, how many did I say? 7. So we need 14 ingots, and I've got 10 on me. I think there was some more in here. Or in here somewhere, there was some more. There we go. Perfect. Alright, so let's turn these into ingots. And let's go ahead and start smashing these down. So there is 8. I'll use that other plate, that's why I went ahead and made it. Take this, stretch them around. There's our cauldron. Okay, now we need some double compressed cobble. Now, once upon a time, I had cobble running out the wazoo. And I had some compressed, and look, there's some compressed right there. I had another stack of compressed somewhere, and the question is, what have I done with that? There it is. Alright, so let's take this, move that stick out of there. Pop this in. There we go. And we're going to need, what was it? Just 3, right? Yep, just 3. We just need 3 of them. So 1, 2, 3, double compressed cobble. Clear this. And if you clear a recipe, notice it puts everything down on the bottom of these. It's kind of nice. So we can stretch this across there. I'll leave the cauldron over here. I bet I did. Nope, yep, there it is. Okay, grab the cauldron. Let's throw our cauldron in right here. Alright, we're going to need another mystical flower. So we're going to grab this other purple out. Boom. Stick that in there. And then let's see, we should have some lovely, lovely cobble right here. We'll take said cobble and we'll make a couple of slabs. Bam, bam. And with the remaining cobble, you can go ahead and put them back together. You don't have to worry about wasting them. And there's our petal apothecary. Okay. Now the other reason that you're going to want to be up to the point where you can make the sledgehammers is because you're going to actually need this bucket once you get that petal apothecary, because it needs to have water inside of it to be able to operate. So the question is, where are we going to do Botania? For the time being, the answer to that is probably going to be right here in this general area. And what I'll probably end up doing is expanding all of this out to become a huge Botania room, in which what I'm thinking I'm going to do, you can see right here, we're already going to have some exposure to the sky. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to dig all of this out and kind of just make a big glass ceiling down here in this area of the mountain, where I can have a big room down here that has exposure to sunlight. So we're going to dig this area out a bit. You know, now that we got our super fast pickaxe and our super fast gloves and all that good stuff. I don't remember if Daybloom will produce mana underground. I think they're required to have access to the sun. And the same thing for Nightshade. I could be wrong. You never know about these things because I get confused sometimes. Oh noes! Fortunately, when we're breaking stone, it's not that big a deal to just continue to mine. Alright, that's probably a big enough area to at least get started in, but now we got another little small problem. We're going to want a dirt floor. So let's dig all this out, and we're going to transfer that dirt that's up on the ceiling down here onto the floor. let's grab this dirt. Now I do have to head out bright and early in the morning to take my kids to see some caves in New Mexico. About a 3-hour trip there and about a 3-hour trip back. So I do have every intention of potentially being on tomorrow night, but also the counterpoint to that, I probably won't play too late tonight. I'm probably gonna stream for a bit for those of you watching the stream, and then I'll go ahead and take off and get some rest. But I do want to get at least this episode in, and I'm probably going to start posting the first set of these videos to YouTube on Monday. What that means for YouTube viewers is that YouTube is going to be probably roughly a weekish behind the stream. So if you happen to pop on the stream sometime, you're like, wow, this is not what I remember you had going on at all. It's because you're not, quite at the same point in the timeline. Now, to go along with this, I need water down here. And I know that there is water directly above me. So what we need to do is we need to go get some of that water. And when I say I know that there's water directly above me, it's because that hole that I was just looking out of a second ago is right here. So with my bucket, handy dandy bucket. See how I can finagle this for a second. Hang on just a second. Look, let me think. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to put a piece of glass right here. Another one right there. We're going to go ahead and put a bucket of water in right there. Now that's holding the bucket of water for me. I'm actually going to blast this out just to kind of get started what I was already talking about. And then we will pull the next bucket of water, because we only need 2 buckets of water, to make an infinite water source. So that's that. Now where are we going to put this infinite water source? And I'm thinking, why not put it right here? We could actually just take this and put... Oh, that's broken. What am I doing? So we'll take and run some cobble right along there. And we will put 1 bucket of water there. And we will put the other bucket of water there. And now the center is now an infinite water source for us, which is awesome. Now, that may or may not be the best spot because if we're up at the Petal Apothecary, we'll see. I can go ahead and get rid of this fused block of grass. And I can set the Petal Apothecary up right here. Let's put a smooth stone down there. Petal Apothecary can go right there. And so at this point, I can put water in there, and I can actually hang my bucket up right there, so that I've always got a bucket down here with my Petal Apothecary. And how that bucket's getting hung up is in Draconic Evolution, you can assign a hotkey that allows you to hang things on walls. Now, with the Petal Apothecary done, we're ready to start Botania. We're ready to start having some fun with it. And the first thing that we're going to want to make is probably this pure daisy. Maybe. Can't remember. Yeah, I think so. This flower will purify wood and stone into living wood and living rock, which we're going to need to do all kinds of crafting. You simply make the pure daisy and surround it with whatever you're wanting to craft, and it will transform it. Living wood is what's used to make our living wood twig, which then you combine with some of the mystical petals, and you will get your living wood staff. To make this pure daisy, we need to put 4 petals into a Petal Apothecary. I remember correct, I don't remember if this particular one has to have it or not on the wheat seed, but I'm going to assume it does, because just about everything does. So here's our 4 petals. And back here is our, that's barley, not wheat. I have wheat somewhere. Oh, it's out that other farm. I'll have to go get some wheat seeds. Unless I have some here. Which I don't. So we'll get some wheat seeds. So Botania depends very heavily on wheat seeds. You're going to want to have a good stock of wheat seeds to do different flours and whatnot. I'm going to verify that I don't have any up here. I don't think that I do, but it's possible. I need to go ahead and repair my thing while I'm up here. No. This looks like it's working, although I may have run out of gold. Yeah, we ran out of gold. So we're 1 gold shy right there. So let's see, do I have a single gold something or other I can melt down to put in there? Probably not. Actually, I might right here. No, that's aluminum brass. Alright, so in situations like this, we need 1 gold ingot to finish that. So we'll have to take one of these, break it down, slip it back in. Oh, come on. Can't click, I'm sorry guys. And we'll swap out this gold ingot for that. And the gold's going to get melted. It's going to go to the bottom because there was enough room for it to go in. We'll hit this, it'll finish that block off. That block can now fall through and it can continue to smelt. So really, once you automate this, you probably want to get rid of the casting basin and switch over to just letting it handle ingots. So that would be this combined with this. Because then it's never really going to hang itself. And there's actually a better way I found down the road to do this that we'll get into. Alright, we'll check up on that in a bit. Let me make sure about something. Alright, let's do copper. Good? Good. Alright, cool. Now really, I'm probably going to end up, doing a different form of automation with that later. But for early automation, that's one of the cheaper ways I found to do it. So let's go with me. Alright, we've got some wheat over here because I planted it. Aha. There we are. We've got our medic. So we can harvest it like so and get some wheat back. We're going to leave the rest of that here. I don't want any of this other stuff right now, so it's... What? No. Go away, spider. Le Spitter is trying to eat me, guys. I got to run. So how's everybody on Twitch's night going? Now, see, I got 4 viewers. Sesh, how's your night? Drago, how's yours? Blaine, if you're still there, how's your night, buddy? Whoever's watching me, I have no idea who's all watching tonight. And you know what? I'm just going to plant some wheat right here for a moment so that I can build seeds if I need to. So tired, it's hard to move. I'm sorry to hear that, Sesh. Okay. If I remember correctly, what needs to happen is I need to throw these into the pedal apothecary, like so. And then I need to throw in this, and boom, we get back a pure daisy. Okay, that's how most of your interactions with the pedal apothecary are going to occur. With said pure daisy, we can throw it down right there for a moment. We'll come back to that in just a second. We're going to run downstairs and we're going to get ourselves a bit of wood. Beautiful. Alright, so let's take this saplings and replant this. There we go. 3, 3. Perfecto. And the other thing that we want to go ahead and get started right away is, last time we got the blast furnace up, but we didn't get any steel started. So let's get some steel going, because we're going to need that ASAP too to start getting to some of the more powerful Tinker's Construct super tools. I haven't really pushed for that yet, but I'm about ready to now that we're kind of getting some of the other stuff done. So let's throw that back out. And I probably should expand my tree farm and everything else. This whole area is going to slowly start expanding into kind of the production area of the base. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this wood and we're going to stack it around this pure daisy. And we'll come back and check on that in just a moment. Generally, I like to start off with 2 pure daisies. I'm not doing that right this minute. I'll probably do it later. And I have one for living rock, and I have one for the living wood. All right, let's take these. Let's turn these into this. Let's throw this into here. Let's grab this coal coke. Put the coal coke into here and start making steel. Steel is the winner. Okay. Here's we are out of lava for that right now. So let's move that on down. Now, if I had a second row built onto this smeltery, it would have gone ahead and used the lava out of that tank. Because I don't, it kind of just was an extra storage there. Now, this tank, as it gets used up, is going to be filled by this tank, and I can come back and fill it up with the cans later. So for now, I'm going to park the cans on the wall right now, and I'll pick them back off later. And I'm actually going to leave the tank right here to conserve inventory space. And we've got steel going, that's good. There was something else I came up here for. What was it? I don't remember, because I'm kind of stupid. I'm sorry for that. Yeah. It's okay, Jinner Bar. Jinmar Bar. It's not a big deal, don't worry about it. The IRC works differently than the actual Twitch chat. And so IRC just reads clients connecting and disconnecting, but it's easier for me to leave that up because it's less resource intensive than a web page. And so I just do that so that I can kind of stream what's being said in chat for people that watch, the YouTube series. All right. So at this point, now if you remember, I put a minute amount of fuel in here and we doubled up there. That also works for smelting your stone and smelting your glass. You get twice the efficiency out of the furnaces you put here. Not only that, there's an actual upgrade to get even more efficiency on that. So that Steve's Workshop is one of the best ways to use furnaces rather than the normal way. And here's our first round of living wood. Let's hack that up. Oh no, I messed up, guys. Mistakes were made. Alright, so with this living wood, like I said a minute ago, we can do like this and get some living twigs. And we can do it again and get another living twig. And I forget if it's 2 or 3. 3, okay, so do it again. And get another living twig. And then we will resort to the flower bag, which we've gathered up virtually no flowers, as you've already seen. So this time we're going to use a green stick. Why not? So I'll definitely have to go out and do some flower gathering for Botania before we can really go too hardcore in it. But we're at least getting, a rudimentary start to it. And that will suffice for now. So if we take these sticks and we stick this here and here, we're going to get our Wand of the Forest. And that's kind of what you use to interact with a lot of the items within Botania. So as I right click, you can see down there in green text it's swapping between bind mode and function mode. And that's how we'll start to interact with some of the Botania stuff as we start to place it. So as of now, we have got the Lexica done. We've looked at mystical flowers a little bit. We've made the apothecary. We've got the pure daisy. We've done the Wand of the Forest. We've got the flower pouch as well already. Runic altar is something for a little bit down the road. We're not going to mess with that just yet. In fact, that's kind of all I'm going to touch on Botania for this exact moment. Is just kind of diving into it. I'm going to go ahead and get some of the living stones started as well, though. And we'll be doing a lot more Botania in some of the future episodes, because that's kind of, I want to keep a good balance between what I'm doing tech-wise and what I'm doing magic-wise, because I know tech really well, and I don't want to lean quite as heavily on it this time. I'd like to see, what can I do with magic to. I'm not gonna go all out magic. That's not gonna happen because I love the tech side. But I'm gonna try to do more of the magic this time. Is what I'm getting at. So, is there anything else I wanted to do? Where are we at recording time here? Let's take a look. We're at about an hour, and I wanted to try to keep it under an hour. We're at 52 minutes. So I'm probably going to call this recording Dunskies, unless I can just super rapidly somehow. Yeah, we're not going to get that done as quick as I would like. Concrete. Yeah, the slag is only for making concrete. So why am I wanting this steel? Well, the steel, obviously it's steel. There's a lot of things you can do with steel. But what I'm wanting it for is for making steel blocks, which we're going to use those steel blocks for making rock crushers. And we're going to make, where is it at? Did they change that? Hold it. Tinker's Construct, Tool Forge. Oh, that's right. Eventually we're going to use that steel to make these dense refined iron plates, because it takes 9 steel plates to make a dense refined iron plate. That's what we need to be able to make our tool forge to get to our super tools. So before we can get that, we're going to have to make a few actual machines. We're going to need metal former and a few others, and that's going to be coming also in the near future, because like I said, we're going to have that balance of magic and the balance of tech. But as far as YouTube goes, I'm going to call that done for tonight's episode. I'll try to get another one recorded tomorrow night, and like I said, most of the YouTube stuff is going to start going up on as of Monday. It is Friday for me right now, so it's coming. And that kind of gives you guys who are watching this on YouTube an idea of how far ahead behind the stream you are. I think this is episode 3, so I should have 4 to 5 episodes recorded by the time I start posting it. Kind of giving me a head start. So that should keep content coming to you pretty frequently without me feeling too stressed about it. You guys, as always, be good to one another. Take it easy, and I'll catch you next time. Laters.